Well, hello again, my paper loving peeps. Welcome, welcome. This is Shelly. Jots and junk, because I do a little jotting and I do a little junking. Here and there. Anywho, I wanted to hop on and show you. So the last video, I shared the DigiKit that I used for my niece's baby book. It is Darling. And I also shared with you that I had boo-booed. I put in 3 signatures, and in between the signatures were this huge space. Well, I decided to put in a little envelope. So what I used one of these 6x9 manila envelopes from Dollar Tree. I think they come in a package of like 5 or 6 for $1.25, because you know it's not the Dollar Tree anymore, it's the $1.25 tree. Anyway, I used one of these. So this is the finished one, and I just used parts of the kit. Sorry, I got a mess here. I used parts of the kit to cover the pages with. So a little bit of twine here. I messed up again, though. Y'all, am I the only one that does this, or do some of you do things like this? I sewed on this button before I looked to see if I had another one. I knew that there was another page that I had to do another envelope for, and I didn't look to see if I had 2 buttons that were the same. But oh well, it'll be 2 different buttons. So anyway, a little bit of twine on here. I did pop an eyelet in here to hold this twine. And then I did put in a little journaling card in this little pocket. And y'all, I don't measure things. Here was another almost boo-boo, because I had in my brain to put that eyelet in before I made the card, the tag, and I didn't. So then I made this, and I didn't want to cut it down. So this is dangerously close to the edge. Dangerously. But she knows I can fix it if she pulls it out. But I don't think so. It'll take a lot to get that out of there. So an eyelet is in there. I put this twine through it. I did just put it in with just two holes and ran it in the spine, because I didn't want to finagle with this. I had to run it, I poked it out, and then I had to run it underneath this mess so I didn't have to take it out. Then I had to find the bottom hole, and I didn't want to do it 3 times. 2 was enough. So I just put it in with a little 2-hole punch there. And then this is the top. This is actually the top of the envelope, because I turned it sideways. So, and I'll show you, I've got one here that I don't have all decorated yet. But, so she can put extra photos or pictures or, you know, whatever in that little pocket. And then the back of it she can write on, or put a little picture in there as well. And then after the second signature, we go to the whole second signature. Here's my other empty space. So this is what it looked like before I put the paper on it. And y'all, I did not have to do all this, but I had started out not really having in my mind what I was going to do. I was just going to put it in like this, but then the colors that I used didn't really match that green. Anywho, I ended up deciding to cover it in more of the DigiKit papers. So I really would not have had to do this. What I did do, though, was I painted it with gesso, and then I reinforced the edges with some washi. And then I used... where did I just set them? I used iced spruce, forest moss, and ground espresso. I know you can't read that, and that's upside down for you, sorry. But ground espresso, iced spruce, and forest moss. And these are the colors that I ended up with. It looks kind of camouflage, and that's kind of what I was after. I did put them on with one of these little brushes, is what I used. I didn't use a dauber. And I did pop the little brad out of there also. And I'm going to put a cardstock on that. So, yeah. So if you want to, this is my first craft along with me that I've done. I'm getting brave, y'all. I do live sales all the time on Facebook, but I've never done a craft with me project because I figure a lot of you already know how to do these things. But then I realized that sometimes people stumble across things and they don't know how to do it. And so here I am. Maybe somebody will stumble upon me. Look, my cricket spatula. I don't know. What do you call that? Anyway, it worked out really good for popping this little bugger off of here. And of course, you know, I saved these and probably will never use them because I won't be able to figure out a way to hook them back on unless I stitch them on through those holes. I could do that. Yeah. So, you know, save things like this. If you're like me, you're a hoarder of everything. And why not? It'll come along. And then it'll come along handy for something. My brain also like jumps around. So squirrel. So then I did measure in the journal. I'm not a measurer, y'all. I am an eyeballer. So pardon me, but I do know that this is considered a 9x6 envelope. And I just kind of stuck it in there to decide where to do my fold. And that's what created this little side pocket for the journaling card or the tag. And then this is what creates the pocket for whatever she wants to put in there, whatever she decides. And so here we are ready to stick and be stuck. So the first thing I'm going to do, I did measure. I didn't really measure. I just held it up to the other one that I did. I'm telling you, I don't measure, y'all. And I'm going to stick that on there so that can be drying. If y'all do sticker paper, I save my part that I peel off that normal people throw in the garbage. I saved it. And that's what I do my gluing on because it just works out good. And I probably didn't need to go clear to the end on that. So, but I do need to go the edge. So they work really good for a glue stick because after it dries, you can kind of rough it up a little bit and it peels off. So if anybody, I'm sure everybody else has thought of that as well. So I'm going to stick this on here. I've got a corner of my washi coming up. I did put some glue on that, but obviously I missed a spot. So we just fix that really fast. And then I have to decide what I'm going to put on here. Now the other one, you know, the first one always happens very organically, and then you have to kind of think about the other one. I didn't want to make them matching. So the other one, I put this piece on here. So I do want to do something a little different. I have this cut off, but of course it's too narrow, you know. Why would it fit? Too much, that would be too easy. Too easy. I did print up some more of these pages. I just love this kit. I think it's so stinking cute. So let's see. Oh, that little mouse is pretty cute. The little mouse is cute. And that'll give her some writing space on the outside too. So do we want to center the mouse? I do more wasting of paper as well. And so here is my form of, here's my form of measuring. I just put a little mark there, and I'm going to put a little mark there. And then we're going to cut that. can find the paper cutter. Hope everybody's having an awesome Sunday. The weather here in northern Idaho has been very fickle. It is spring. Mother Nature's drunk. She can't decide what she's doing here, but give it 5 minutes and you might get what you want. Because that's the way the cookie crumbles here. Let's see. And I should probably measure and put the longer side on the other side of my cutter, but you know, why would I do that? That would be too easy. We're just gonna wing it. Just gonna wing it and see what happens. Winging a prayer. Okay, let's see how close we came. Oh, I kind of like it. I could have left it a little wider. Shelly, could have left it a little wider. So we'll make it a little shorter so it has, you guys can't see. That was a secret. That was a secret how I did that. Anybody else's paper cutter moan like mine does? Oh, and then look, isn't that cute? It's a little bassinet that just came out perfectly. And what am I going to do with that? I'll find a place for it inside somewhere. I'm not going to do a bunch of decorating on the inside of this one because I want it left for her to be able to have lots of room for pictures and stuff. So I did not put a bunch of tucks or anything like that in it. Yeah, because she's not sure about what to do with these journals anyway. And so I thought I'd leave it more journal-y for her instead of tucking and finding spots, things to put in everywhere, or trying to figure out what's a tuck and what's a decor and what's a tag and what's, you know, because we get crazy that way with all of our stuff. And look at that darn thing. I got ink all over the ends of my fingers. I want to stick to everything. And how many kinds of glue can we use in one project, you know? How many? I can use 3 or 4. Gotta have 3 or 4 of every kind of glue you own. At least. Move that so I don't stick myself on it. Ooh, I almost put him on upside down. I bet nobody does that. And I can't find my glue eraser. So, that's cute. That's cute enough. Where's my regular eraser? I just had it a second ago. Regular erasers work as well if you get it before it's set up. All right, so there's that. Now we got to put something on this side, on the inside. This was the other piece that came off of, and that would be darn cute. Do that. Let's do that right there. So I brought this one right up to the edge of the flap opening on the other one, and I think just the edge where this paper, where the fold in the DigiKit would have been had I been using it as a page. Does that make sense? Can y'all read my mind and figure it out? Sometimes I can't. We're gonna see. We're gonna see if that's gonna be wide enough. Oh, gosh dang! I'm making things short today. All right, so. All right, we are going to. Yep. A little bit shorter than that. Let's see what that looks like. Yeah. That's what we're going to do right there. Aren't you glad you tuned in to watch me cut paper? Fun, 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 fun. Cut and glue and ink and swirl. Cute. That looks good there. Okay, we're going to do that. And then we got to figure out what to put on the other side. Yo, my allergies lately. Oy, oy, oy. Yesterday I thought I was getting sick. And then it was like, but I haven't been anywhere. And my husband's not sick, so I haven't had any I haven't had any people time to be contaminated by. So I didn't know how I could be sick, and it was just allergies. All right, so we're going to put that there. Get us a non-sticky. That one's not quite wide enough, but we're going to wing it. We're going to go with it anyway. I is the winger extraordinaire because that's how I function in life. You never have what you need when you need it. Turn around, turn around. Wish I could sing too. Do you ever just, I'm one of those people that I say something and a song pops into my head, but I can't sing, so I make everybody's ears bleed. I think I can sing when I'm alone in the car and have it turned, my radio turned way, way up. That's when I think I can sing. I don't know about y'all. That's how it works. Just a little art glitter around the outside edges. Try not to put it on upside down. Oh, I got a little dry glue off of my glue sheet, but it will come off easy because it's dry. And if it doesn't, we'll erase it away. Wish I knew what happened to my glue eraser. I think it fell down behind my desk, and my desk is up against a wall. And I don't really feel like fishing it out. Okay, so let's cut these off. Just follow the curve of the flap. Put the scissors back so we do not lose them, because that will happen next. I will lay them down and lay a piece of paper over the top, and that'll be that. I won't be able to find my scissors for 3 days. All right, so there's that. Now, what about this? What about this little guy right here? This might be cute right there. And there's a tree. We might be cutting that little guy in half though. Oh. Well, his leg, his leg will, and the tip of his tail, but you won't know what it is. You won't know that that's what it is. I'm gonna use that. I am. How many paper cutters do y'all have? Because I've got about 6. Some of them I use till I get mad at them, and then I don't use them anymore for a while. And then I go back to them again because, you know, I guess I miss them. And then I discover why I didn't really like them. I'm going to move that over just a little bit since I'm shorting my... You're like, just cut it already. All right, we're going to leave that there for a second because we're going to look at this. Does that look weird? That might look weird. Okay. Maybe. Where's the edge of that? Right there. I don't know if I like that. We might be just going with what we originally thought we would go with. Because that's all the pages I have. This has got the page thing going down the middle of it, and that would only get half of the part of the tent. That would look funny. Ooh. That could work, though, couldn't it? Okay. Let's do that. I'll use that other piece somewhere else. Or we might go back to it. This is another way I measure. Don't laugh. Y'all know you do it. Because it would be too easy to actually get out a ruler. Oh, I kind of like that. I mean, I know that one doesn't necessarily have to flow into the other, but I kind of felt like that tree was... I was not liking the tree situation, but maybe it looks better than this one. I wish y'all could talk to me and tell me what you think would look better. We're going to have to do a live one of these days. I like lives. Plus, it takes forever for one of these to download at my house. My internet is kind of... Okay, so that is number 2. Where did number 1 go? Right here. I'm going to cut this. Oh, I don't want to cut it because... And this was number 1. Number 1. Or number 2. Well, now I like number 1. Okay, we're going to go with 1. See? This is how it goes. This is how my brain malfunctions. But that's all right. It is what it is, and no one will ever know what it was supposed to be. But I think that'll be cute. Okay, we'll do that because it's got butterflies and such. The butterflies on both pages. Tad bit of ink because everybody wants to watch you ink. Some people like the sound. It's a little bit of an ASMR thing, right? Okay. I need another glue thingy. Those other ones have got too much dried glue on them. Now they're picking up the glue. After I told you how great they worked. I obviously need to clean mine. And they would work better. Let go. Around the edge. Y'all, this glue dries so darn fast. I've got a little heater going in here because I'm in my basement and it's kind of chilly today. Beautiful yesterday. Did I finish telling you after I asked everybody and I was telling you about the weather, what it was doing today? I don't think I finished my sentence. I think my brain squirreled off to something else. Today is overcast and I don't know, kind of chilly out. Yesterday was beautiful. The wind kind of blew for half of the day though, which blew up everything that could be causing an allergy. Okay, there's that. I glance at that every once in a while and think it's actually upside down, but it's not. And then that opens, and then this will close here. So we need to put something. Oh, that didn't glue very flat. Did it? Shelly? Okay, we need to put something here. And we need to make sure that we're not going to glue it on upside down. The other one had a little thing on it that looked like a stamp, and I thought that was perfect. I guess I could. I don't really, ooh, wait a minute. Wait just a minute. This could work. Oh yeah. So that's gonna close like that. I like the flowers, but which way, like I put it one, now, seriously, which way does it go though? I think that way looks best. Not all of this is going to be on there though. I was kind of hoping it went the other way, but it actually looks more upside down. It looks upside down the other way. I moved it up a little bit. No, I like that. I like all that blue one. Talk to myself. I folded that a little. I think that'll work. I think that'll be good. Okay, so I'm gonna wanna cut that a little bigger than what I was holding it. A little smidge bigger, just a smidge. Let's see. Which side of the smidge do we want to be? Can we go right there? Let's try it. Let's try that. Might be too big. Then I'll be shaving off. Better to shave off though. Have to shave it off than not have enough, correct? Yeah. Okay. So we are gonna cut that off straight because I'll trim it to the. I hope I'm not one of those crafters that drive y'all crazy about the way I do things. Because, okay, we're gonna put it on like this. Right. Yes. Yes, ma'am. That's what we're going to do, even if it's wrong. Oh, I had printed on the back of that one and then didn't use it. But that's okay. Still got used. I'm just going to goop this up really good so I don't got to get out that other glue. Gonna put it just shy of the fold, and then stick it to the table, because why not? Because we got glue stick happy. Oh, see, I lost my scissors and I'd put them away. All right, I'm just gonna cut around the edge of the flap. Come on, come on. There we go. I don't know. A little bit of glue there. I don't know about that. It's gonna bug me. It won't bug me once the button's on. And once we ink it up a little bit. It'll look better. Everything, ink makes everything better, right? Wow, I cut that weird. Is that flap was crooked. It wasn't rounded on this side. It is now. They do come from the dollar store. Okay. So we've got that and that. Now we need this. What are we going to put there? I cut that. Oh, this is cute. What did I put on the back of the other one? Oh, I put that little deer on that one. So, do we put this little guy? Oh my gosh, he's so cute. Do we put that? I love this little guy. What about the tree? I'm going to do the tree. I think I'll do the tree. What do y'all think? The tree? Again, that's how I measure. Because I'm too lazy to get out a ruler. How's that going to work? I'm going to cut it this way first. And that is going to be just on the side of that page fold again. And I know y'all can't see where I creased that. Don't freak out. No, I probably cut it too short because I should have made a good crease in that line. Oh, it's going to be perfect, except I want to take a little bit more off the top. Just a skosh. Just a frog hair. Okay. Glue. Use this. Here we go. I'm always tempted to run these through or to put them on a piece of double stick paper and just stick them all down, but it gets too darned expensive. But the temptation is always there. Depends on how lazy I am. Y'all, my printer, I have an Epson EcoTank, and it's just the one from Costco. Well, it's the one from Costco like 8 months ago, because now they have the fancier model there. So why not? And it was on sale for what I paid for this one. Story of my life. Anywho, I was printing on, oh, I didn't ink that. I was printing on translucent sticker paper the other day, and I printed, I don't know how many. I hope that didn't quit recording. I don't know how many I printed. I printed like 12. And then 2 days later, I went to, I'm going to plug in, guys. My phone was going dead. 2 days later, I went to print, and it wouldn't print them. It was sucking them through, like I stuck them to a piece of copier paper so that they would go through. And then, for some reason, that day, it was sucking them right off of the printer paper that I had them stuck to. It would start to take it in, and then it would, oh, I wish I wouldn't have forgot to do this. It would start to take it in, and then it would wrinkle it all up and snatch it off of the piece of copy paper I had it stuck to. I don't know why it started doing that. because it was so weird that it hadn't done that before. So that project got sidelined. Okay, so there, this is how it's going to go in the book. It's going to open here, and it's going to open here. Okay, so we got to cut. So what I did, we're going to put a little notch. I want to take the top of his little head off. Oops. I'll probably have to stand up. There we go. We're going to put that notch there. And then we need to, because this is still sealed because it was the side of the envelope, we're going to open where we notched it. And we're not going to cut our finger. Good gravy. Come on, man. Cooperate. We're going to slice it to there. And then we're going to slice it to there. And that will be the opening for our tag. Oh, what are we going to put in? What tag are we going to put in this one? Do tell. We're running out of leftovers, kids. Oh, you know what else I got to do? I got to put that eyelet in there before I do this. Oh, I know what we're going to use. We're going to use one of the actual tags that came with the kit. Where did I put them? I have them all in a giant envelope. That whole kit is in a giant envelope. What did I do with it? Oh, I buried it. Of course. I love these. These are from the scrapbook days. I don't even know what they call these, but I love them. They're just a, you know, like a, oh, what are they? They were from Generations. That's the name of the kit. They were from Generations Archival. I don't know if they were called a Folio though, but there is a number on there. I haven't looked to see if they still make these or not. But they're kind of handy if you're working on a project. I just have a couple of them. And we can do that one. And so when there's something that I'm working on specifically, I keep all of the pages in the ephemera with the journal in those, because if your room looked like mine, you lose things very easily. So let's see, we can do this one. I guess these are more narrow. Anyway, we can do this one, or we have this one. And I'm gonna put, okay. This is kind of plain. I feel like I should maybe use something else for that. Decisions, I don't want to get too flowery because it is a boy. And this has that, I think I'll do this. Should I do this one? What do we put on the back? They're not really going to show. Why am I being so... I think I'm going to put that one. Because we already have the teepee there, right? I mean, in the grand scheme of things, does it really matter? Because whatever we decide, it's cute. So there is that. We are going to, oh, of course that wouldn't be long enough, would it? Let me look. We're going to stick it on there. Yes, we are. Stick, stick, stick. Now I don't know what I did with my glue page. But there's always a backup. goodness. The end of my finger is sticky. Wouldn't turn loose. Turn loose. Okay, that's when we do this. We take the end of this to hold it. Because it'll turn loose that easier than it'll turn loose the end of my finger. Because my finger is getting built up with stickum. Ah! Have a little bit of glue, angel hairs on there. Oh, I never thought about cutting this one out. Well, we may have to get tricky. Tricky, yeah, that's tricky. Got lucky on that one. Okay. So we're gonna go. I don't know where my fussy cut scissors are. I was looking for them earlier and I can't find them, so I would normally use those for this because they are tiny and they are sharp. But it doesn't have to be perfect, right? No perfection in this craft space. Okay, we're gonna do this. By George. You just take it in till you can see the curve and then pull it out just a smidge. Oops, did you see that or was I in camera? So you take it in till you see your decorator paper and then out just a smidge. That one was a little close. In and out. And then, okay, that one. I think what my problem is I need to take another frog hair, another skosh off the outside of that. And we'll call it close enough. You guys, we are more critical of our craft than the people. I mean, my OCD is looking at that going, I need to do something. But I'm trying to get better about just leaving stuff alone. Just leave it alone. Walk away. Because sometimes when I try to fix something, I end up totally ruining it. And I was like, why did I try to fix it? It wasn't that broken. But I done broke it now. Now I get to start all over from square one. Okay, and then yes, these are chalk pencils. Oh, you can't see it. These are chalk pencils, pastel chalks, and I love them for marking things because they will erase. So I keep a dark one and a light one handy for marking things on my paper. Do I really want to punch a hole in that? Maybe I don't really want to punch a hole in that. Maybe I just want to tiny attach it. Get a couple pieces of sari. And we'll give them a little twist. I like fluff. And then we will. Oh, darn it. Come on, man. Take a breath. I can't do that. I can't hold it from the right end, can I? This is always a dilemma for me. There. And then we fluff it. And we might need to... Ooh, look at the fray. Look at the fuzz fly. Just made the fuzz fly. Okay, now I said I was going to put the eyelet in this first, but this is narrow enough. I have a lot of, I don't know why I didn't have as much room on that other one, or maybe I just thought I didn't have as much room. This one I am going to measure and mark because I think we're right at the 3-inch. That looks good. Gut nach, as my grandma used to say. That looks gut nach. Gut nach, man. Color. I think I used a cream. These eyelets are almost too small, but my other eyelets that I have are bigger than I want to use on that. So, where did it go? It was camouflaged. It was a camo. That did not crimp, and it's going to ruin the paint. Did not crimp. Okay, so we're going to do this. I'm going to put a piece of cardboard on the side that has the finished side so I don't ruin more of the paint. And then I'm gonna, these I don't know, I've had these eyelets forever and they are really strong. They don't mushroom like they're supposed to. Get another piece of twine. Oh, that one's got a big booger in it. Do we want that? Oh, it came right off. Yay. Because we can't have booger on our twine, right? And I always like to go through the right side. I don't know if any of y'all are kind of picky about that, but I am. I like my loop. I like my loop towards the finished side. Does that make sense? See the loop, the little loopy here? I like it over on, I always like it. I put it in my tags like that too. Okay. Here we are. Here we are. So I didn't have another button like that other one, but I had this one. Look at it. It looks like jade. And I'm going to use a shank type button. It is kind of bulky, but there's lots of room in that, in this journal. There's lots of space between. So I don't think it's going to matter. So I'm going to put that there. And I'm just going to put a little dot. Now, where do you think my needle might be? I don't know. Here's my floss. I don't know where I laid my needle. So, just get another one because we can. Oh, my fingers. Do y'all's fingers look like this at the end of the day? All right. And then I am going to look for my mark. I don't know if you can see that. I'm going to poke a little hole here. Yep. And I'm going to poke a little hole here. And I want to tie it on the back side. So I'm going to come through from the back. And I think I'm going to go twice. So I'm going to hold this. I don't know how to do it so you can see it. I'm going to hold my first thread tight against the wall of the hole so I don't pierce the threads. And I'm going to go up again. Oh, I almost lost my tail. Through una más. And now I'm gonna try and hold that thread away and go back down through that hole. Just like that. And this is beeswax, and I should have done that before I even started. Should have waxed my thread because then it grabs a little bit better. But I don't do anything the easy way. That would just make crafting way more fun if you did everything easy. I just like to keep it complicated because that's how I roll. So that beeswax kind of holds it and makes it a little sticky, so it holds it and keeps it from sliding when you're trying to tie a knot. I almost didn't get enough twine for this one. I might have to put a bigger piece in it. Oh my gosh, we did it, guys. I am not going to make, I am not going to have you suffer while I tie this into the journal because I had to fight with the, with the frills on the back of the spine to get this in. But here's our first one. I didn't tie that back up. And then we're gonna go to, after this, and this one is gonna go right in here. Oh my gosh, I'm so glad that I had that thought. Oh, where's our tag? We about forgot our tag. There, Miz. Cute! Y'all, thanks for suffering through this with me. Have a wonderful rest of your Sunday, and we'll see you again. Bye for now.